Welcome back to Pinterest Problems. For today's Pinterest problem project, I had to prepare by not shaving my legs for 2 weeks. This was really hard because I shave my legs every single day, especially in the winter time. Don't you too? Today's project is going to be making a sugar wax hair remover. And seriously, my leg hair is pretty gross by now, so I really hope that this works. The ingredients that you'll need to make this hair removal are 2 cups of sugar, 1/4 cup of lemon juice, 1/4 cup of water, a pot, and a bowl. The next step is to turn your heat on your burner high and combine all of the ingredients. It looks like something's already starting to smoke up. You're supposed to leave this going for 4 to 5 minutes, and once it starts to boil, you're supposed to take it off the heat. That's definitely a boil. Alright, it's been maybe 2 minutes, but I'm going to take it off right now. After taking this off the heat, you're supposed to put it in a separate bowl to cool. After it cools, it's supposed to look like the texture of chewing gum. Let's have it cool, and then we'll come back to it. Unfortunately, they don't tell you how long to let it cool. Is this a Pinterest problem? It's been 15 minutes, and I've let my mixture cool, and it's still just super liquidy. I'm gonna redo it. It's been 2 minutes and it is boiling like crazy, even though they said to stop it after it starts boiling. We're gonna continue to keep going so that we have it on there for 45 minutes. So it has been 5 minutes and I let it boil the whole time, and you can see that it's changed color a lot. I'm gonna pour it into this bowl. Here's the first batch that we made. It's a lot lighter and super liquidy still. It's been like a half an hour since I made this one. And then here's the second one. I can feel that it's actually kind of thicker, like it's trying to thicken on the sides. I have higher hopes for this second batch than I do for the first one. Here's the mixture after 5 minutes of letting it cool. It's still liquidy, but I can feel that it's trying to like thicken at the bottom. And on the sides here, it's been a half an hour. I've let this stuff cool for so long. It is considerably thicker, but it's not the consistency of what they described as being like chewing gum. And I did touch it and I burned myself. It's been 40 minutes of letting this stuff cool, and I think it's finally thick enough and cool enough to try. Let's head to the bathroom and give this stuff a try. Alrighty, it's still pretty hot. One thing they mentioned was having clean, dry skin to apply it to, so I did make sure that I wiped any kind of pee-pee off my leg. And here's my beautiful hairy leg. Here I go. It said to apply in the opposite direction of the hair growth, and it didn't say how thick to make it. And now the longer my mixture is sitting, of course, now it seems to rapidly be hardening. This isn't really sticking to my skin. Alright, well, let's try this piece down here. We'll try to remove this. I don't think it worked. I still have just as hairy of a leg, and I don't see a single hair. It seems like it's just gotten too thick. I think we have to try the batch again and move a little faster. I've made another batch. I followed the directions exactly as before, but this time I didn't let it cool for as long. The problem is that even letting it cool for a shorter amount of time, it's like burning hot. So I'm gonna try to apply it to my leg still, but I'm like burning myself. Okay, so I'm gonna try to apply it with the spoon then, instead of touching it with my fingers. Okay, this is a Pinterest problem. This is not fun. I've got it all over my fingers. They didn't really say after spreading it on when to remove it, so it's pretty hard on my leg already. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to take it off. It really hurts. They also didn't mention how fast you should remove it, so I don't know if I should be going this slow or if I should just rip it off. If it's not pulling out my leg hairs, then I feel cheated for how painful this is. It took my leg hairs out. Okay, and I'm also bleeding a little bit. Here is the strip pulled from my leg. You can see my hairs and the mixture all over my fingers. But this did work. I don't know if it pulled off all the hairs in the area. I'm gonna take a better look at my leg and then we'll try again. And now the wax is becoming kind of like it was before, where it was almost not workable. But it's like super stringy. Here is an up close shot. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh. Thought we'd try somebody with a little more leg hair.
That's way too much.
Okay,
Holy
okay, we'll
crap.
do a small patch.
That feels good.
Let's give it a minute to sit. Are you ready for me to remove it?
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's do the slow method first.
No way. Do the quick.
Slow and steady. You ready? I'm
Yep.
gonna do the band-aid. I gotta get...
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
wow. Fell out of my hair. That barely hurt at all.
On my scale of 1 being a Pinterest problem and 10 being Pinterest perfect, I'm giving this project a 2. There were many Pinterest problems along the way. The first Pinterest problem that I encountered was when we were boiling the mixture together the first time. In the directions, it stated that you should let it boil, and once it starts to boil, remove it from the heat. This should be a process that takes 4 to 5 minutes. However, my batch started to boil after 2 minutes, so I decided to remove it from the heat. After 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, it never thickened. The second Pinterest problem that we encountered was how long it took for the batch to cool and thicken before it was ready to use. Directions never stated how long to let it cool. All it said was let it cool for a bit. But mine was never cool and thick enough to use until about 40 minutes later. Once I tried to use my second batch, it was as if it started to cool rapidly at that point, and then it wasn't usable at all. I tried to spread it on my leg and it just kept coming off my skin. The third Pinterest problem that I encountered was when I tried to use my third batch. Because my second batch wasn't usable after allowing it to cool for 40 minutes, I decided to try to use my third batch after allowing it to cool after 30 minutes. When I tried to apply this to my skin, it was so hot that it burned my fingers and my leg. One thing that this project did not include was how long you should let it harden on your skin and how quick you should pull it off. So once I started to pull it off, I started kind of slow, and it was feeling like it took out my leg hairs, but it also felt like it was ripping off my skin. When I ripped it off, it hurt so badly. My skin was really red. I was bleeding in a couple spots on my leg. It was really painful. And then when you saw when I held the strip up close, it did pull out some of my hairs. But then when I looked at my leg at the patch that I put the wax on, it didn't pull all of the hairs off in the area. For that much pain, I expected it to take off every single hair. Unless my plan is to attract bees to my legs, I don't think I'm going to be making this again. This project didn't turn out at all. This was a huge fail, and my legs are still really hairy. So I think after this video, I'm probably gonna go shave. Gizmo does not approve of the hair removal method either. The cost of this Pinterest production was around $4. My sugar was about $2, and my lemon juice was about $2 as well. So for this project being pretty inexpensive, I'd say it's worth a try. If there are any variables that you could change to make this work, let me know your experience with making this. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you've seen something on Pinterest that you want me to try, leave a comment for me down below and maybe it will be what I make in my next video. And most importantly, keep on pinning, my Pinterest people.
Should try it in your bikini region. Full Brazilian.
anyone wants to see me try it on my bikini line, just let me know. If I get this video to 1 million likes, maybe I'll try it.